Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Forest. I apologize for not having anything out in a while. I've had several things going on that just has prevented me from doing anything at all. Now, with this, I had gone and prepped a few things since last time. I meant to actually just go ahead and put most of this on, but not actually complete it. But I ended up accidentally hitting that one instead of this one. So the upper level gazebo has already been finished, as you can see, and I just have a couple logs left to do on that. And yep, let's just jump in here. Let's go ahead and grab a couple logs. We'll go ahead and finish this off real quick so we can get a better look at it. There we go. Now, yeah, I did have a gap on it, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to fall through it. That's one of the reasons I want to go ahead and finish it up first, is I'm just really curious if I'm going to fall through it. Now, I've seen some of the stuff that other people have done with the platforms and everything, making them really high, making these really humongous forts. And that's really kind of interesting, but yeah, let's see. Cool. So we do make it without falling. What about if we go over here? And it kind of gets stuck. Had to jump just a little bit, but it's perfectly fine. Now, if you look and you notice how I have a marker right out here in the middle of the screen, I had actually proceeded to go over to the other side of the mountain, the other side of the island, and I started making this massive walkway system using all of these, tree platforms. And what I wanted to do with it, and this is something I might still do, I was just playing around with it just to see. As you see, I need 284 logs for that. And that's only a few of them so far. And I'm linking like tree to tree to tree to tree, just making this one walk path all the way across the island. Not entirely sure if I'm actually going to do it or not, but you all tell me. You let me know. Do you want to see me actually do that and work on that massive, massive tree system, or we could just stay back here and work on this? Now, I want to show you this really quick because last time I didn't get a chance to actually do this because I didn't find no berries. So I found some blueberries this time. Combine them together with the tree sap. Come on, here it goes. And we get our blue paint. Now, the blue paint can only be combined on the plain axe, the upgraded stick, and a rock to make the upgraded rock, which, now, you remember the last episode, we painted all three of these. But like normal, whenever we actually log into the game and save it and come back into it, the paint has been removed. So that's one issue on it. But just to show you this episode, let's use the plain axe. Go ahead and paint it up. Come on. And we'll go ahead and equip it. And there's our pretty blue axe. Now, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what use this is actually going to have later in the game. I know that they already have an idea because they wouldn't do it if they didn't. But it's just really kind of curious to see what they come up with because I really have no idea. But for the most part, I'm going to change back over to our modern axe. And let's see. We have a few things in this thing that we have not built yet. So let's take a look. We have a small cabin, log cabin, temporary shelter. The hunting shelter doesn't really matter for anything. Then tree house. Let's see. Let's see, we could go ahead and set a couple traps down. So let's pop out the door real quick. Now, the way that this trap works, let's see, where do we want to put it? Yeah, let's put it about right here. Not glitch into the ground. Okay, yeah, let's put it right there. So for this one, we would need 4 logs and 10 more sticks, which I should just so happen have inside here in my little bin. Yep, we'll have all of those. All right. I'm kind of curious on what he actually picks us up with, since both hands are actually, holding those. Kind of makes you wonder. I might not want to know, actually. And now we have a happy birthday trap. Now, if they sneak around, they can go around it that way. But technically, whenever we come running up, they should hit it. And bam. Major thing is I just got to make sure we don't run into it because, not the sharpest tool in the shed. Oh, my health's dropping too. Must be from that fall I had earlier. Imagine that. Okay, so let's go grab us something to eat real quick. Now, let's see here. I think I got everything for the most part. Let's see, let's go ahead and put some more food up here. Okay, so let's see. Let's go and work on a couple boats. I haven't worked on them any at all. Because it's supposed to have the raft and the log home thing, cabin. Houseboat, that's it. My brain just went, nope, we're not doing this today. So let's just go for a run. Let's see, normally build over here, and I'm going to build it on the other side over here. Because I haven't really cut down any trees over here, so I should have a bit more. Now, I know that the other half of the plane is supposed to spawn somewhere on this island, but I have not been able to find it anywhere I went. I mean, it has me confused as crap, because by all rights, I should have been able to find it. Because I feel like I've covered this whole island going over everything. And yet, I haven't. So, that kind of worries me a little bit. So, let's see. Let's drop a raft there. Then let's log back in. turn this around here. And let's put the houseboat right there. So this one would need 48 logs. And this one only needs 7 logs. So let's go ahead and start cutting some stuff down. And I'll go ahead and cut some of this off. Really? I was beginning to think it was another one of the ones that just disappears and comes back and then you can't cut it and touch it. Now, in 8 days from recording, on February 10th, the next version of the alpha is supposed to be coming out, Alpha 0.13. What is some of the things that you're actually looking to see happen in the upcoming update? Some of the things that you'd like to see? I've covered several different things talking about this and talking about that, but I'm really kind of curious on what you would like. What are some of the thoughts that we really need? I would like to see a little bit more story-wise, like I said before, but that can wait if they're going to work on more of the fundamentals with it, because there's just so much stuff that has to be worked on. I mean, this is actually starting to come together as a pretty solid game in some aspects. Last video I had up showed a massive glitch throwing me way up in the air and then crashing down to my doom and then glitching on my side, which was funny as crap, honestly. I ended up having to die and just restart the game over from my last save point because it just glitched so bad. It was just not even ridiculously funny. But I would like to see some more things put in it, like, what more animals. We have deer, we have fish, we have the lizards, and we have the rabbits that we can all hunt and we can get food from. I would like to see some more things. Like, even on vegan mode, the only thing that could really get you is the sharks if you go out in the water. I feel like you should be able to set out more stuff, like worry about like bears and things like that. Because unless you set out like traps, they're going to pretty much kill you no matter what you do or anything like that. So that would be an interesting aspect of it. You could put in other animals and other things to have to worry about. It'd be nice. Hey, now we have a raft. It would be nice if we could have like some other things in the game to actually worry about and not just be just like the cannibals and the sharks out in the water. I mean, we need more things to actually worry about actually killing us. Now, the temperature gauge on this thing doesn't really show anything, which means they're going to implement that later. But at the same time, that does mean that, they are doing stuff with it. Now, like at night, when you're wet and cold, only during the nighttime, though, it seems like that's when you get really cold and it freezes and you start getting iced all over the screen. And you have issues there. But as far as, like during the day and any other time, it really doesn't have that much of a part, play anything with it. I love the fact that the whole crafting with the herbs and the flowers and all that. So you got one that restores health, one that restores energy. But I kind of look forward to seeing what else they're going to do with it. Add in more plants, you can add in this and that. You can set out, like, the twin berries, for example, combine them with another plant and make a poison that you can use then to kind of go and set out traps for all the cannibals. Like, take some of the meat that you pick up and everything, put it out with that inside of it, try to lure them into eating it. That's one aspect that you could do. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can be done. And this is just some things right off the top of my head. Naturally, I'm sure they have a lot of ideas. And from my understanding, they look at the feedback from everybody very well. And I just really can't wait to see what else they do with it. I tried turning up the graphics on here a little bit more, so if you notice a little bit more detail with some things, a little more flowers and grass and things like that, that's why. Because I wanted to try to see if I can do more than just that little bit. You know what? Let's see. I'm going to take 2 logs. And I think it's actually really funny because I still have nothing but a head for Shadow and my axe. But then I sit down and it's like there's a body but no head. I can see inside me. I'm hollow inside. I'm just empty. I'm an empty shell of a former man. I have these benches like everywhere. And see, one of the other things, we have the boat right over there, which means, we have to go out and deal with all the sharks out in the water to get out to it. So what I'll probably do, if I don't do it this episode, is maybe in the next coming few episodes, go out there and set like a little platform walkway. That way we can just walk out to it and not have to worry about getting our butts ate. Dang sharks. Which we pretty much have everything off of it anyways. It's just more like going out there getting extra supplies, like we need more rope, or we need flares, or things like that. Some of the things that's only there. Now, the flare gun used to be there, but they took it out of there. It just so happens that earlier I spawned inside one of the caves, so I was able to pick up a flare gun from there. But I mean, other than that, no, not really. But I'm going to go ahead and cut here for a moment, gather the rest of these logs, and then I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, guys, and we are back. I need just 7 more logs, and we will have our little houseboat done. Kind of got them spread out a little bit over here. Let's see, I should have 3 up through here. You know how it is. It's horrible when you just cut them down and you have no idea where you just cut them down at. Let's see. And that's why they're all rolling down here. Well, at the very least, that's less running I have to do for these ones. Now, definitely some of the things I'd like to see done in the future, where I was talking about this earlier, is like, this is one of the things I was thinking about when I was going with it. How you got the seaweed floating around inside here. I think that would be good to be able to harvest it from the water some way or another and add it into the whole crafting and food system and other stuff that you can do with it. I'd love to be able to hunt the sharks. And, I didn't notice it until I was gathering all the stuff, but I got like 3 sharks just laying here dead. And I was sitting there wondering if it was actually cannibal or another shark that got a hold of it and killed it. Because they're not really supposed to go out into the water, so it really makes me wonder more on it. Which I'm sure that's something that we'll add into and get into it later. But, it makes you wonder. There's one of them. Now, you may have noticed I went ahead and built a little hunting lodge over there just for the sheer fact I got tired of playing it at nighttime, having to build a fire here, battle fire there, because I was getting bloody well cold everywhere I was going. So I just went ahead and built this little one right here. This way, whenever it starts getting dark, I can just go ahead and save and change it to and go to sleep, and switch it over to daytime really quick. Makes it a lot easier for sure. That's for sure. Yes. Okay. Well, I had a few more logs. I'm not sure where they are, so we'll just cut down another one really quick. But how I was talking about, other things to hunt. Putting a bear in that can actually kill you while you're on land would actually be a fun one to do. But also give us the ability to be able to hunt it. That would be good to have. Then you add in your other animals and reptiles like snakes and whatnot. Other things that's just out to kill you and just ruin you and make your life miserable. I'd love to see more building options, not just using logs, but say being able to go and make things out of like clay blocks and whatnot and do stuff that way. Now, it kind of got a crouch to look through the window on it, but now we have our houseboat and we can just go running around inside of it. I mean, we don't make it very far, but we can do it nevertheless. I think it's absolutely funny. Go back here so I can see a little bit better. Because it shifts around and it turns as you're going, so you can't really control it that well. But, as you see, I'm able to at least take it to land. So that's good. And I went ahead and pushed the other one up on land while I was at it. Can I push it up? Yeah. So that's good. I guess you wouldn't have to worry about them floating away or anything like that while it's like this. But definitely, what I'm going to be doing is in future episodes where they didn't really do nothing with this one. Like I said, it was mostly multiplayer before, so they didn't really do much in terms of the single player experience. So there really wasn't much that could be done about that. But let's go ahead and I'd like to be able to stick this into the ground a little bit. But it looks like as low as it's going to let me go, so Let's go ahead and put it right there. I don't ask for much. Okay, yeah, I do. Let's be honest about it. Let's see. How's that look? Dang, son, that actually looks pretty spot on right there. Let's see. How's that one look? Yeah, see, now this one would actually be a little bit high. So I think what I'll do is I'll make... Next episode, we'll start this ones, and we'll go ahead and build these two, and then we'll go ahead and continue out building out as we go. That way we don't actually overdo it and have it how that was, just like all over the place. But all in all, this is actually a fairly good episode. We went ahead and completed the platform and the upper gazebo on the buildings over there. Went ahead and built the fire, hunting lodge, small raft, and the houseboat over in this section, and started the platform out to the sailboat out there. Did he move? Did I move him? Oh, I did. I didn't even realize that. I don't know. It's just something about hitting them. It's just funny. And that's actually another thing I thought just now would be fun to have, would be to go ahead and, since I got these two logs, I'll go ahead and use them. And now I can see all of them. One thing I definitely think would be fun is these sharks, all these dead sharks, at the very least, be able to harvest from them. Take, like, the shark's teeth and things like that. Just so we could be able to harvest from them, and actually get something out of it. I think that would be beneficial and just very, very helpful for the game. Definitely a good improvement on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing one episode per week with this. And, it's just, there wasn't that much out with this one, so there really wasn't much to do with it this time around. But with the next update getting ready to come out, and it might be more single player themed, whereas this one was multiplayer, then then I can go ahead and start doing more stuff with that. Hopefully soon I might be able to get a new headset so I can actually improve the audio on this one of these days. And I want to do some of the other games that's out, and I might look into those later for future episodes. But definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see in the upcoming update that's going to be out next week. What are your expectations? What would you like to see? Hiccup, sorry. What would you like to see them do in an upcoming episode? No, episode, good lord. What would you like to see them put in the update later on? Some things that actually would be more beneficial. Like, for example, one of the things I've heard other YouTubers especially talking about was like a water system. Being able to just, go and get food and all that, and the cold and everything is one thing. So many turtles. But being able to get the water and everything, because, you have all the salt water, So you'd have to actually go and look for the fresh water out in the mountain, which naturally we lucked out. We have our little water spot back here blocked off. We found several other ponds throughout the game. But definitely a hydration system would be really good. It would be nice to be able to till the land a little bit and make it more into like an actual farm, your land, not just the little gardens. I mean, if we're going to do it, let's go ahead and go balls deep in this and just make all kinds of stuff on it. But I'm going to be doing, like I said, one episode per week of The Forest, because I don't want to just overdo everything, just this be the only thing that I focus on. I have the other videos and skits and everything that I'm going to be working on that I was doing before, and I'm going to get back into those. It's just I started doing this and I wanted to get a good bit of it out. And now that I have, I'm going to start just switching this over to one episode per week. Next episode will be next Tuesday or Wednesday, since the update comes out on Tuesday. It'll be one of the 2 days. That way, you can just go ahead and get you up to date on that. But definitely let me know if there's any games in particular you'd like to see me work on for you, show off, and just do playthroughs with. What would you like to see in the future updates with the Forest from N-Night Games? What would you like to see them put into it? And also, is there anything particular you'd like to see me try to do with this game in a future future episodes? Can't talk either. And, just let me know and I'll do that with it. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode. And until next time, make sure to click the like button. Let us know you enjoyed this series. Click the subscribe button so you can be up to date with everything that's here in the Forest. And like I said, drop the comment down below with everything I asked for. And until next time, this is TK, Lost in the Forest.